Right, in here, let's go ahead and basically package up our application and take that to Elastic Beanstalk. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that everything is fine. So let me just remove this environment variable, and we're going to need this in a second. So I'm just going to cut that so that I can have it in my buffer. So I'm going to cut that and then apply. So now this application.properties should be used, right? Now I'm going to start the backend, and I think I already have the front end up and running in here. So in here, it's up and running, and you can see that it did fail to connect because the backend was not started. But now you can see that the backend has started, and if I reload the page, you can see that we have one student in it. Now, if you want to follow along and have the exact same version as I do, go ahead and check out this branch. I'm going to leave a link where you can check out this exact same branch so that you can basically take this and then deploy that yourself. But I'm going to show you another way that you can also take the exact same changes. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to collapse this, and I'm going to basically stop everything. So I'm going to stop the back end, and I'm going to stop the front end as well. So this now has stopped, and the back end is also stopped. So what I'm going to do first is go to my terminal, and in here I'm going to type docker and then login. And there we go, login succeeded. Then what I'm going to do is, remember before, so basically in here, I'm going to come out of data. So I need to go into demo. So cd ... and then / and then demo. And in here, so basically I've just cd into our project, right? Because I need to run Maven. So in here, we have Maven wrapper, so I just need to execute that. So before, remember, so if I clear the screen again, we used the jib, so jib, and then basically it was jib and then build front end, and then it was push to Docker. So here, Maven clean install, and then -P to use the profile that builds the front end. And then we also use the jib profile to push it to Docker Hub. And the image version in here, you can see that it's 2. Now let's change it to 3. So 3 is the latest image version that we have in here. Otherwise, we're going to override the version 2. Now, also, you can find this command under the description of this video so that you can just copy and paste. Now I'm going to run it, and this should do a couple of things. Let me put this let me put this smaller. And for some reason, my terminal has decided to go nuts. So you can't really see what is happening, but basically in here, it's creating the optimized production build. So just give it a second. There we go, running the tests. And now it's actually pushing. And there we go. So build success. So we are good to go. Now let's just double check that this image was indeed pushed to Docker Hub. So let me just go to Docker Hub. And in here, you can see that Amigos code updated a few seconds ago. And if I click on it, there we go. So you can see that we have the latest tag was also updated, and we have version 3 in here. So this is good stuff. So we can either point to latest or version 3 if you want to pin the actual version, which is what you should be doing most of the times. So now that we have the image in Docker Hub, next let's go ahead and deploy our application with Elastic Beanstalk.